Welcome, everyone, to another exciting update on all things WWE. I hope you're all having an incredible day as we dive into the latest drama shaking up the wrestling world. Before we get started, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps keep the channel growing. Now, let's jump right into the chaos that's unfolding in WWE, where a major superstar has made a shocking move by reaching out to none other than Rhea Ripley for help, sending ripples of speculation through the locker room and the WWE Universe. With Smackdown just around the corner, the stakes couldn't be higher, and the wrestling world is buzzing with anticipation. Let's set the stage with some recent events to give context to this explosive development. This past Saturday, Rhea Ripley competed in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match at the Premium Live event, a grueling contest that saw Naomi emerge victorious, claiming the coveted briefcase. Meanwhile, on last week's SmackDown, Women's United States champion Zelina Vega went head-to-head with Piper Niven in a chaotic Bakersfield brawl. Vega came out on top, securing a hard-fought victory, but the celebration was short-lived. Post-match, Julia launched a vicious attack on Vega, standing tall with the Women's United States Championship in her hands before making her exit. The moment left fans stunned and set social media ablaze with reactions. In the aftermath of that attack, Vega took to Instagram with a surprising revelation. The 34-year-old champion shared a video of herself seeking out Rhea Ripley for assistance. In the clip, Vega is seen knocking on Ripley's door, asking the former women's world champion for help in getting stronger to face the challenges ahead. Ripley, known as the Eradicator, didn't hesitate. She instructed Vega to meet her in the gym in 5 minutes, and what followed was an intense training session that pushed Vega to her limits. The video, which has since gone viral, shows Ripley putting Vega through a punishing workout, offering a glimpse into the kind of grit and determination that has made Ripley one of the most respected competitors in WWE. This moment not only highlighted Vega's drive to improve, but also underscored Ripley's influence, even while she's been sidelined from in-ring action due to an injury earlier this year. Zelina Vega's journey to the Women's United States Championship has been nothing short of inspiring. She captured the title by defeating Chelsea Green on the April 25th episode of SmackDown, marking her first championship win on WWE's main roster. For Vega, this victory was a long time coming, as she had never held a title on the main roster before. Now, with threats like Julia looming, Vega is clearly looking to fortify her skills and ensure she can hold on to the championship for as long as possible. Her decision to turn to Ripley, a former NXT Women's Champion and a dominant force in WWE, speaks volumes about the respect Ripley commands in the industry. But Vega's story isn't the only one generating headlines. Another rising star, Stephanie Baker, recently made waves by calling out Rhea Ripley for what she described as a dream match in WWE. Baker, a former NXT Women's Champion who was called up to the main roster last month, also competed in the Money in the Bank ladder match alongside Ripley. While she didn't win the briefcase, Baker's performance was a statement of her potential, and her bold challenge to Ripley has fans buzzing about a potential clash between the two powerhouses. In a separate development, Veer, who competed in a tag team match at Worlds Collide in Los Angeles this past Saturday, spoke about Ripley in an exclusive interview with wrestling journalist Bill Ayre. Veer expressed admiration for Ripley, stating that it would be an honor to face her in the ring and describing her as a worthy opponent. The full interview, which has been making the rounds online, offers a deeper look into Veer's perspective and has only added to the growing fascination with Ripley's influence in WWE. Now, let's shift gears to the bombshell that has the entire WWE Universe on edge, a high-profile superstar's desperate plea to Rhea Ripley ahead of this week's SmackDown. According to multiple sources, that superstar is none other than Drew McIntyre, the Scottish warrior, whose actions have sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. McIntyre, a former WWE champion, has been under immense pressure in recent months, grappling with a series of high-profile losses and betrayals that have left him physically and mentally drained. Insiders report that McIntyre pulled Ripley aside in a private, emotional backstage meeting following the chaotic closing segment of last Monday's Raw, where tensions between McIntyre, World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest, and a resurgent Finn Balor reached a boiling point. While cameras didn't catch the full exchange, a brief close-up shot of Ripley afterward showed her visibly shaking her head as she walked away with a look of deep conflict. That moment, now immortalized in screenshots and GIFs circulating on social media, has sparked endless speculation about what McIntyre said and what it could mean for the future of WWE. So, what could drive a competitor as fierce and independent as Drew McIntyre to seek out Rhea Ripley? To understand this, we need to look at the broader context of McIntyre's struggles. Since losing the WWE Championship and facing setbacks at the hands of factions like the Judgment Day and the Bloodline, McIntyre has found himself increasingly isolated. The Judgment Day, in particular, has been a thorn in his side, with Damian Priest's reign as World Heavyweight Champion and Finn Balor's constant interference making it clear that McIntyre is a marked man. Despite his resilience, the relentless attacks and lack of allies have pushed McIntyre to a breaking point. One backstage official, speaking anonymously, described McIntyre's mindset: "Drew's been on the edge for a while now. You can see it in his eyes. He's tired of being the guy who gets everyone's best shot and has no one watching his back. Going to Rhea, that tells you how serious things are. He wouldn't do that unless he had no other option." Rhea Ripley, even while recovering from her injury, remains a towering figure in WWE. Her presence looms large over the Judgment Day, the faction she once led with an iron grip, and her influence extends far beyond the ring. McIntyre, it seems, recognizes this and believes Ripley could be the key to shifting the balance of power in his favor. Sources suggest that McIntyre isn't looking for a traditional tag team partner, but rather someone with the authority and presence to challenge the Judgment Day from within. "He's asking for a queen," one insider remarked, "someone who can change the entire game with one word. And Rhea, she's the only one left who can scare the Judgment Day from the inside out." However, Ripley's loyalties are far from certain. Since stepping away from in-ring competition, she has remained largely silent, choosing to observe rather than intervene in the Judgment Day's activities. There are whispers, though, that Ripley is growing frustrated with how Damian Priest has taken control of the faction in her absence. Finn Balor's reckless behavior and Dominic Mysterio's string of losses have further destabilized the group, turning what was once a dominant force into a faction on the verge of collapse. McIntyre may be banking on this unrest, hoping that Ripley is ready to reclaim her position of power and align with him to dismantle the Judgment Day's current leadership. The WWE Universe is abuzz with theories about what this plea could mean. Some fans believe it could signal the formation of a powerful alliance between McIntyre and Ripley, one that could reshape the main event scene and challenge the dominance of factions like the Judgment Day and the Bloodline. Others, however, caution that trusting Ripley could be a dangerous gamble for McIntyre. Ripley has a history of playing by her own rules, and her track record of manipulation and dominance suggests she might not be the ally McIntyre hopes for. WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus added fuel to the speculation with a cryptic post on X, writing, "Drew is brave or stupid. Maybe both. Rhea doesn't do help, she does take over." Even Edge, a former Judgment Day ally, weighed in on Instagram with a photo of a chessboard and the caption, "Sometimes the queen saves the king, sometimes she doesn't." WWE has leaned into the drama, releasing a teaser promo for this week's Smackdown that features ominous music and the tagline, "When the warrior falls, who does he turn to?" The promo ends with a silhouette of Ripley turning to face the camera as McIntyre's voice echoes, "I need you." The anticipation is palpable, with reports indicating that WWE producers have scrambled to rewrite portions of the Smackdown script to accommodate this developing storyline. Ripley is now slated to appear in a high-profile segment during the show, though details about the segment remain closely guarded. Whether she will address McIntyre's plea, confront the Judgment Day, or make a bold move of her own is anyone's guess, but the WWE Universe is bracing for a moment that could change the course of the company. The fallout from WrestleMania 41 has only intensified the stakes. The ongoing tensions within the Judgment Day and the chaos surrounding the Bloodline have created a volatile landscape where alliances are fragile and betrayals are commonplace. McIntyre's plea to Ripley could be the spark that ignites a full-scale war within the Judgment Day or even a broader conflict that pulls in other top stars. Fans on social media are divided, with some envisioning a powerhouse duo of McIntyre and Ripley taking on all comers, while others fear that Ripley's involvement could lead to McIntyre's downfall. After all, the Eradicator has never been one to follow someone else's lead. As SmackDown approaches, WWE cameras have been instructed to keep a close eye on Ripley, and the production team is preparing for what could be one of the most memorable episodes in recent memory. The wrestling world is holding its breath, knowing that a single moment, a look, a word, or a decision from Rhea Ripley could alter the trajectory of WWE. Will she answer McIntyre's call and step into the chaos as his ally, or will she shatter his hopes and remind everyone why she's called the Eradicator? One backstage observer summed it up perfectly: Drew McIntyre just threw himself into the fire. Now we're all waiting to see whether Rhea Ripley decides to put it out or pour gasoline on it. In the meantime, other storylines continue to develop. Zelina Vega's training with Ripley could signal a new chapter in her championship reign, as she prepares to fend off challengers like Julia. Stephanie Baker's call-out and Veer's comments suggest that Ripley's influence will remain a focal point, whether she's in the ring or not. The Women's United States Championship scene is heating up, and with Ripley's involvement, the stakes are higher than ever. For McIntyre, though, the immediate future hinges on what happens this Friday. The WWE Universe is ready for something unforgettable, and all eyes are on Rhea Ripley to see what she does next. Thank you for joining me for this update, and please don't forget to subscribe to the official WWE YouTube channel for more news and highlights. Stay tuned for SmackDown, where the next chapter in this gripping saga awaits.